What's poppin' West Essex? It's Ragja that. I'm Jamie.
I'm Gabby.
I'm Roxanne.
I'm Allie.
And today we're going to be talking about whether or not politics should be prioritized at school. Now, this is has a lot of varying opinions because we have those people that don't pay attention to politics at all. I'm one of those people. And then we have people that are actually really passionate about it. So
I am kind of in the middle.
Me too.
Personally.
I feel like we should bring politics into school just to educate people, to give them an idea of where they stand in terms of what they believe and stuff, and figure out probably who they're gonna end up voting for when it comes time to vote.
Yeah.
But anything more than that, I don't know if it's really necessary, because school is for educating people, not for starting fights.
Exactly. It's so controversial to the point where people get into arguments. So I feel that could be super problematic at school.
Yeah, I kind of think that it should be taught just all factual rather than being the teacher being biased and kind of showing that what their opinion is, because I feel that's not appropriate. And I'm not gonna say who, but I have a teacher, and I won't say who, but who is kind of more leaning to the right side, and a lot of people in that class agree. So when she's talking about it and sees that the people are agreeing, she kind of makes everything biased that she says. So
exit on.
Isn't that not allowed? Isn't that a school?
Pretty sure it's not
Well,
allowed.
I mean, it's not allowed to outright say it.
Yeah.
And honestly, I feel at least my history teacher does a really good job at being unbiased and giving us factual stuff about the debates, the election, the candidates, and everything. But I feel we're pretty much already doing what we want, but we just need it more.
Does your
teacher
ask about current events that have happened? And I personally, whenever she will call me about current events, I know this can be easily seen as a bad thing, but I really don't pay attention to what's going on, in the sense of I mean, when it comes to politics.
Yeah.
And she'll start talking about things that are happening with politics, and I'm just I don't really care.
Honestly,
I don't care.
Yeah, I feel politics should be taught but not forced onto students. You shouldn't be the teacher I'm talking about was literally you have to start paying attention. It's gonna be you need to, but we're only 16, so really logically we can't even vote yet. So,
exactly.
I feel a lot of people, there are people who either don't care or just don't know anything.
Yeah.
So I feel we should school should at least give them the opportunity to learn more about it without having to do their research on their own. But if they don't care, then that's just how it is.
Yeah.
Kind of off topic, but I have a funny story. So, one time I was with my friend who has a job as a pizza delivery guy, and we pull up to this house, and it is so decked out in signs and stuff, and then he gives everyone in the car a little constitution.
What?
And he gave my friend $20, and he was you have to go out and vote.
What the
It was a cool experience, I guess.
Poor kid.
I would have drove away so fast.
Also, something I've been seeing online a lot is people will just tear each other's signs down. People go around tearing people's
Okay, honestly,
I feel
signs. I know someone pushed over my sign, but we put it back up. It's fine.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I feel that's kind of disrespectful. Okay, obviously everyone has a different political view or whatever, but I think it's kind of disrespectful to go out of your way to literally do stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know?
it's kind of
no, I understand. I was just gonna say, I understand. If you have are you really strongly opinionated towards your political party, and you don't see how other people could think differently, but it's just I just think you should respect how other people feel, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Something I also see a lot is especially on TikTok, like people our age, like they'll literally end friendships because of like people's political views. Now I'm gonna say this right now, like obviously certain like political views, like if you're so into it, it does come to a point where like it kind of like, I would say it affects how you act or like your morals or whatever, like how you speak.
I feel like I wouldn't want to be around someone that's like, if you don't think the same thing that I think, like we can't be
exactly
friends.
that's kind of just like a buzzkill, honestly, because it's like I want to be able to openly talk about whatever with my friends, you know, but
yeah, I don't think your political view should, I mean, in some ways it can, like the morals that you have, but like certain things like who you're voting for or whatever shouldn't be your personality and it shouldn't affect friendships, and if it does, it shows that like you're not
and like tying that back to obviously like it applying to school, I feel like we kind of already said this, but like if we were to be taught politics at school, I feel like it would totally be a lot harder for teachers, especially because they're obviously a lot more educated on the topics than we are, to be unbiased, which also could again be like problematic, and it could start arguments easily.
I just think back to going what you said about like people ending friendships over it. I feel like it's like a big problem nowadays, is just like how separated the two parties are. Like it's so bad. It's like half the country against the other half of the country. I think it's okay if you feel really strongly about like a topic and your friend thinks differently and they're like being offensive about it, in your opinion, you could call them out for it. But I just don't like understand how you could just end a friendship over like a political view. I just think that's a little far-fetched.
Exactly. Like, were you even friends if you're really just gonna drop someone because of their political views?
Exactly, yeah. I feel like politics affect too much and oh my god, I have seen so many people younger than us who are so into politics.
What?
Like end everything. And literally, I'm not kidding, I didn't know anything up until this year because of so much happening.
Like, that's what I was gonna say. Like a lot of people, like I feel like now is probably the time to like start talking about it in school, because it's like all over the place.
I think that teachers should educate us on the differences
and let us like make decisions for ourselves instead of the media portraying like whatever.
Like educate us on both sides and let us form our own, opinions, and not just like push politics on us.
Right. And like even at home, like I'm sure like a lot of parents that like are really like strongly opinionated about their political party aren't going to give their like kids like really a decision to choose which political party and like they want.
Because they like force their own beliefs onto their kids, which I totally don't agree with.
Is the best option for it.
I agree, because it would, if it is unbiased from the teacher, then they have a like outlet to form their own opinion. Because I know so many people, like I'm not like this, but I do know like a lot of people are basing their opinions like around what their parents believe in. And, I mean, I feel like in some cases, maybe you do actually agree with it, but I know like a lot of people really don't agree with it, but they kind of just go along with it.
Also like it at school, if a teacher were to tell you about politics unbiased, from an unbiased perspective, then, because for someone, okay, let's say like someone's parents are forcing their beliefs onto their children, whatever, child doesn't care, but they still, it would obviously help in the future if they actually had a view on things, right? So I feel like a teacher with an unbiased perspective would kind of like aid the student so that they're not like completely clueless, because I know if I like knew nothing, I would not know where to start like researching or whatever. So I would want someone to like guide me with that, but
it would just be for like education rather than like forcing you to believe things that you don't even know what they're talking about.
Exactly.
All right, that's all for today. Make sure you subscribe to The Wire and follow us on all our socials, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.